listening to the headlines this hour. 7 injured in a massive fire at Sharjah residential tower. Over 250 families evacuated. As many as 7 people were injured in a massive fire that broke out at a residential building in Al Nahda in Sharjah late on Tuesday. While these 7 were treated at the site, 5 others were rushed to the hospital after they complained of suffocation. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's indictment on corruption charges does not disqualify him for forming a government, Israel's top court said on Wednesday, paving the way for the veteran leader to remain in power. A Philippine military boat passes by the cruise ship Ruby Princess as it is anchored in Manila Bay. The Ruby Princess, which is being investigated in Australia for a sparkling coronavirus infection, has sailed into Philippine waters to bring Filipino crewmen home. Indigenous groups from 9 countries in the Amazon basin called on Wednesday for donation to help protect 3 million rainforest inhabitants who are vulnerable to the spread of coronavirus because they lack adequate access to health care. A coronavirus war of words broke out between Costa Rica and El Salvador after Salvadoran President Nayib Bukele accused the fellow Central American country for massaging its statistics by deliberately carrying out fewer tests for the virus. Costa Rica has been relatively successful in containing the novel coronavirus, with the number of those recovering outstripping new confirmed cases for several weeks. The number of COVID cases rose to 52,952 in India, up by 3,561 over the previous day, the Health Ministry said on Thursday. With no signs of abating despite a strict weeks-long lockdown in the world's second most populous country. The death toll rose by 89 to 107,083, still low compared with the United States, United Kingdom and Italy, which officially said was because the government imposed a stay-at-home order on 1.3 billion people much earlier in the cycle. The United Nations announced it is increasing its appeal fight the coronavirus pandemic in fragile and vulnerable countries for $2 billion to $6.7 billion. UN humanitarian chief Mark Lowcock reiterated that the peak of the pandemic is not expected to hit the world's poorest country for 3 to 6 months, but he said there is already evidence of incomes plummeting and jobs disappearing, food supplies falling and prices soaring, and children missing vaccinations and meals. Canada honors 6 killed in helicopter crash with COVID-19 measures in place. In a reversal to the previous statement, President Donald Trump says virus task force to stay but evolve. A chemical gas leaked from an industrial plant in the southern Indian city of Visakhapatnam, leaving people to breathe and collapsing in the streets as they tried to flee. At least 8 people were killed and nearly 1,000 suffered breathing difficulties and other reactions. In Germany, Bernal's Botanical Gardens, one of the city's most loved green spaces, reopened its gates to the public on Tuesday with Mayflowers in bloom as Germans begin to get used to leisure activities under a strict regime of face covering, physical distancing and online booking. This is Jyoti reporting in for Our Voice.